Hello, everyone. This is Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, the Disrupt Meister. Welcome to the One Bitcoin Show. Today is March the 18th, 2018. Strong hand. Long-term thinking, conviction, baby. Have some conviction. All right, I'm in Buenos Aires now. What a week it's been. Start out in South Africa, then Montevideo, then Punta del Este, now Buenos Aires. I will be here the 18th, 19th, and 20th. If you want to hang, especially on Tuesday the 20th, get in touch with me, adam@tresorhelp.com. Let's jump right into this thing. Money Triggs there's a lot of good tweets out there today. Money Triggs has a good tweet out there. Good thing is many can buy a whole Bitcoin now. Don't cry when it's $100,000. I shoulda, I woulda, you didn't. Yeah, that's a good point. All those people who complained about Bitcoin being expensive, now you can get your one Bitcoin, but you won't still. And then you'll complain even more when it's more expensive in the future. That's just, or a lot of you will, 80% of you will. So good point, Money Trades. Oh, someone in the super chat, $2 from Patrick Ulrich. He says, maybe a stream for D Live on the Steem network. Dude, we're gonna talk about Steemit in a second. But yeah, I haven't experimented with DTube in a while, but hey, guys, check out DTube or D Live or whatever it is at Steemit. They're trying to compete with YouTube. They're working on that over there. Very, very good thing. All right. Technical analysis charts look like comics. That was something that we learned on This Week in Bitcoin on Friday. I thought that was funny because there are all these people trying to do technical analysis. And it boils down to nonsense. I mean, you got to be you can't worry about it day to day or you're going to lose all your money trying to be a wannabe trader. And most traders lose a lot. They get taxed. It's horrible what happens. But so think of it that way, guys. If you start getting obsessed with these charts, they're just comics, fancy comics. But follow me at TechBalt on Twitter, by the way. And of course, check out the link section below to see This Week in Bitcoin, to see yesterday's show. I linked to all the shows of the last week. And remember, of course, to what do we say? What's the slogan of the channel? Pound that like button and subscribe to the channel so other people find out about it. Other people in the 20%, the few, the proud, the 20%. Be one of us. Learn. You get unique information here. All right. And beware of all the buzzwords out there, people. There's still people tossing around all those magical buzzwords that are distracting you, like smart contracts in the ICO that you must invest. Ignore it. Ignore the buzzwords. We talked about that the other day. I wanted to remind everyone about that. I'll erase that. No need to remind anyone. Okay, so Bitcoins per person.com is linked to below. Bitcoinsperperson.com. And here's a quote from that site, and it's a very interesting site, and it puts everything in perspective. Given that a Bitcoin currently costs $8,323, there are only enough Bitcoins for every single person to have $18.90 worth. And that's every single person on earth, I guess, worth. If Bitcoins were distributed using the current global distribution of wealth. 99.9% of, using the current distribution of wealth, 99.9% would have $3.59 worth of Bitcoins, and people in the top 0.001% would have 0.68 Bitcoins each. It might make sense just to get some in case it catches on. Okay, if enough people think the same way, that becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. Okay, that last line, whatever. But the point is if everyone complains about the wealth distribution, if Bitcoin gets distributed that way, then the top people at the top will have 0.68 Bitcoins each. So yeah, if you have more than 0.68 Bitcoin and everything goes like things have gone with the current distribution of wealth, you'll probably be in good shape. So aim for that one Bitcoin. And of course, that's just another reminder to value your wealth in Bitcoin. Go check out that site though. It's very interesting. If you go to the site, it explains it a lot better than I just did. All right. So what else do we have here? Oh, this is a tweet from Alistair Milne. If attacking Bitcoin is the best marketing technique you have for your altcoin, it is going to fail. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, guys, if you've got an altcoin and all you can say about your altcoin is you just rip on Bitcoin, I mean, tell us what your altcoin can do. Tell us why your altcoin's special. What's unique about it? Not that Bitcoin is terrible. So yeah, if your marketing strategy is Bitcoin is horrible, your altcoin's not gonna, it'll never overtake Bitcoin. Well, we already know that, but it's not going anywhere. All right, here's another awesome tweet from Whale Panda. Remember when certain people groups claim that funds in SegWit addresses on Bitcoin could and would be stolen? These are the same people now spreading FUD about Lightning Network. So for you, those of you who've been around for like a year, you'll remember that there were all these rumors about SegWit, that addresses, you'd be able to steal Bitcoin from SegWit addresses. And again, it's coming from the same people now who are spreading FUD about Lightning Network. We'll look back on the FUD that deals with the Lightning Network in the same way one day. Okay. So as I said before, I'm in Buenos Aires, and apparently the G20 is about to have or they're in the middle of having a meeting where they're talking about cryptocurrency. Should I go visit them? Should I tell them, oh, G20, we're so worried about? No, we don't care about the G20. But I have to call out a pump noise when it happens, just like when I have the FUD noise. Right now, here, Whale Panda tweets out the G20 rejects cryptocurrency regulations since it doesn't pose a risk to global financial stability. Okay, that's great. That's great, and it's true. But everybody's celebrating because the G20, this worthless, useless, bureaucratic agency that is not going to have a long-term effect on Bitcoin, made a pro-Bitcoin announcement. So the price rises in terms of dollars. All the newbie traders get wrecked somehow because the experienced traders pump up the price on this news, which is, I guess, good news. But don't put these government bureaucrats, G20 people on a pedestal. In the long term, it doesn't matter what they say about Bitcoin, if it's good or if it's bad. So I'm not going to react to good news of coming from these dudes about Bitcoin, because I've seen it before. I've seen government agencies make great announcements about Bitcoin, and the price pumps in terms of dollars and it goes back down again. Again, think long term. One Bitcoin is one Bitcoin. Don't worry about these day to day. It pumped up 500. We're going to have days when it goes up 500. We're going to have days when it goes down 500. The long term thinking is about 2020 halving, and that it's going to be worth more. And it's just don't go crazy over every little Bitcoin announcement and every little Bitcoin move. So, I got to call out FUD. I got to call out hype, overhype too, when we start putting too much value in what some worthless organization like the G20 says. And, I have no idea where they're having their meeting in Buenos Aires. I'll probably be able to find it because they'll be having some gigantic protest in front of it. They like to have big protests here. By the way, the city is beautiful here. I haven't been here. I was here about 10 years ago, I guess. It's more beautiful than Montevideo. And I love Montevideo because Montevideo is the Baltimore of South America. But just like New York is more beautiful than Baltimore, Buenos Aires is more beautiful than Montevideo. So pound that like button if you love traveling the really Western style countries of Southern South America, Chile, Uruguay, and Argentina. All right. What else do we have here? One man's soul is another man's hole. You guys like that one. Okay, someone yesterday, again, with the chat section, I don't read it when it's live, but I do check it out afterwards just to see, you know, what everybody was saying, if there's anything, you know, to see if 21 Million Club was in there, if the good guys from the Invention was in there, if Christopher Gilliard was in there. And someone asked about, Adam, talk about the Steemit lifestyle in your next video. And I know, what is the Steemit lifestyle? To me, the Steemit lifestyle is just posting. You know, you have a product, you have some social, you know, videos, or you write. You're a content creator, and you have a lot of it. So you post it every day on Steemit. So it's about perseverance and dedication and conscientiousness, that you're coming up with new content all the time, and you're making sure that you're posting it on Steemit at least once a day. And you're going back into your archives and posting old stuff too, if you haven't posted all of it on Steemit yet. So over time, you're going to gain a following, and you're going to start earning this Steem, which you're going to turn into Bitcoin. And you just become a more productive, dedicated person. It gets you more into a pattern, into good habits. It lets you earn some Bitcoin. It teaches discipline when you do it that way. And in the long run, maybe it'll help build up a platform that'll take down YouTube and solve some of these problems that video producers have. And you know, people complain about not being compensated. They say they're not compensated properly through YouTube. Well, do something about it. Go try to earn. Just don't complain. Be productive on Steemit. Try to earn over there. So I guess that's my Steemit lifestyle there, of what you can make your Steemit lifestyle into. And you can take away things from it. You can become more productive because of it. It's good. I mean, I'm a productive guy. I'm trying to give you guys tips. I want all of you to end up with more Bitcoin. And if you end up with more Steem, you turn it into Bitcoin. Never buy Steem, only earn Steem on Steemit. Okay, speaking about altcoins, because Steem is just an altcoin, Ethereum is just an altcoin, and Ethereum has been down considerably. And that's helped the Bitcoin dominance go up, if you care about that kind of thing. But Tor Demeester has a tweet out there. He says, an estimated 3.4 million Ethereum is still held by ICOs and an unknown amount of Bitcoin. Price drop today is rumored to be caused by a sale from EOS's treasury. Okay, guys, you know, when you're dealing with these massive amounts of Ethereum being played with by these ICOs or EOS, you're going to have days like this. You're going to have major dumps where they want to get their Bitcoin now, or they want to get their fiat now. Not that you should be turning your Bitcoin into fiat, I'll tell you that. And you should turn your Ethereum into Bitcoin. But now, my God, I guess you shouldn't, because it's at a pretty, what's it at? Like 5% of a Bitcoin, or between 5 and 6% of a Bitcoin. It'll go back up to 10% again, probably. It probably will. I'm not making a prediction out there. Ethereum is the #2 cryptocurrency, though. All right, you know, deal with it. It'll probably go up to 8% again, at least. All right, and everything's cyclical, people. That's just the way it is. Pound that like button. It'll all go up again. But Bitcoin is the one. Bitcoin is the one. Yeah, and so going back to what I said about when the governments make those announcements, nothing fundamentally has changed about Bitcoin. No major organization has started trading it, or the Winklevi haven't bought 100 million more to take off the market. And Bitcoin hasn't broken. There's not a new second layer solution. There's not a new company using it. There's just some government saying some nonsense about it. So that's when I'm calling out nonsense like that. When there's legitimate news that, that really helps bring Bitcoin to a new era where it's worth more in fiat, then yeah, that's awesome. Then I will talk about that. Okay, here's another tweet from Lop. He says, the awkward part being that the talent, he's talking about the FUD that's out there now. The awkward part being that the latest round of FUDsters is largely comprised of early Bitcoin adopters who have somehow become the very thing that they despised. Ooh, so true, dude. There are a few notable people out there who have been FUDing Bitcoin lately, and you're familiar with them. And they've definitely become what they originally despised. It's unfortunate, but that's hey, that's part of life. And oh God, that happens to some people. It happens. They become what they once despised. And sometimes it's okay in other forms of life to become what you once despised. Not in this, though. I don't think, becoming a doom and gloomer when you used to be a person who was positive about the future and just like, happier person. That's not cool when you take it to a negative, like when you become a negative troll, when you once were a gung-ho, let's do this, man. That's not too cool. Anyway, forkdrop.io has sent me an update. Those guys, they're good guys. They're in motion. They're trying to do things with these crypto dividends. And I'll read you what they sent me. So you can check out forkdrop.io. It's linked to below. Everything that I talked about is linked to below in the notes section. We have been killing it on adding features in the past 2 weeks to help people sort through forks on our site. Take a peek at forkdrop.io. New table and user interface. There's a nice general purpose search box for filtering as well as more specific filtering. Ability to add icon markings to each coins to help you remember stuff like which forks you've already redeemed. Tracking information about whether SegWit addresses were created and redeemable. Lots of small little tweaks. And as always, we are adding new information about coins and exchanges every day as it comes in. Our visitor traffic is definitely on the uptrend. All right, Vention MGTOW just sent me $5 in the super chat. Thanks, dude. Hey, I love doom porn. My interest in that direction got me into Bitcoin back in 2013. Yes, Vention. Yes, you have told us that before. Thank you for the reminder. But you got to be careful. You can't get obsessed with it. It may have led people, and that's the way I look at it. If it led you to Bitcoin, that is awesome. Thank you very much, Vention, for the $5 again. And thank you, everyone, for the support. If this kind of thing led you to Bitcoin, that is awesome. But now stick with the positivity of Bitcoin. Move away from that negativity, because if you stay in a negative doom world where you're just like worried about the end of the world, just getting ready all the time for the end, you're not going to be a productive person. You're just not going to be a productive person. And speaking of unproductive people, any employee of the state becomes a propaganda outlet of the state. Remember that, people. No matter what country you're in, no matter what, if someone's a public school teacher, they eventually become unfortunately, a propaganda outlet of the state, for the unions, for, saying, oh, we're great. We are really teaching the children awesome things. And thus they're supporters of the state. They're like, yeah, the way the government, they're paying me. The government's paying me. It's all right. They don't give me everything, but we need an organization to teach our children, to have stability over our children, and that is the government. Anyway, all in the long run, if you work for the state, you're going to want more support. You're going to promote the state. It's not in your best interest to speak the truth about the state if you work for the state, so you become a propaganda outlet of the state. That is just something to remember. So guys, those of you who say you can be government bureaucrats and love Bitcoin, try to be independent, get away from working for the state, because in the long run, you're going to make decisions that help your government income, which in the long run hurts all of those who are under the state's thumb. And so just become more independent. The more and more people that become independent, the better it is for society, I believe. And the key to independence is Bitcoin. That's the newfangled key to independence anyway. Move away from the state. Pound that like button. I'm Adam Meister, the Bitcoin Meister, Disrupt Meister. Remember to subscribe to this channel, like this video, share this video, check out the notes section below. Flip the hair. I'll see you guys in the chat right now. I'll say hi. Bye-bye.